Hey guys, Rory here again. So today I'm coming at you with a leg training video. I thought I would just put up some footage of me in the gym and just talk about a couple of things, mainly about where I currently am when it comes to my diet, my goals for the next few months, and just my overall plan and just a few bits and pieces. So at the moment I'm weighing in at 87.7 kilos. That was my last weigh-in. So my weight at the moment is fluctuating between about 86 and a half, 88 8 kilos. So somewhere around there. I'm 6'1" as well, so that can kind of put it in perspective. So I'm kind of like a tall, lanky guy. And I'm starting the 6th month of my bulk. So back in September of 2013, I kind of dieted down and I was right down around 80 kilos, but I did get a lot leaner, but I was pretty stringy and, didn't look that good, and it certainly wasn't big enough to justify being at a low body fat percentage. So I decided that I would start at that lean body weight and very gradually bulk up until September uh, of 2014. This is the current plan. So um, aiming to put on about a 1 kilo a month at absolute maximum, and that's exactly what I've done so far. So it's all gone well. And basically from September, I'll start gradually cutting back my macros, keeping the protein high, but reducing carbs initially, and then eventually fat as well. And hopefully by December, January, hopefully I can get it to around 8%, 8% body fat, maybe 7%. We'll see how we push it. It'll just depend how I'm looking and how I'm feeling. Um, so at the moment, my current training split is legs push pull. I get that from Matt Ogus and 3DMJ. So if you've seen my channel, I've got no doubt that you would have seen those. That's where I get a lot of my information from, and I really trust their approach to bodybuilding. Um, I'm a guy that likes to crunch numbers. I like things to be scientific. I don't like anything anecdotal as far as, if someone says to me, if they give me advice and say, well, it worked for me, to me, that's not good enough. To me, advice needs to be something that works universally or has been tried and tested. And I think that is the approach that I can't verify all the information for myself. I work a full-time job. I don't work in the fitness industry, so I judge my information from the source that it comes from, rather than me being able to research it and verify it myself. So that's just my opinion on that. Um, so yeah, I do legs push pull. I rotate my initial exercise on leg days between deadlifts and squats. So this session here, I believe I did 6 working sets of squats, 4 warm-up sets. So not sure what weight I'm about to work with here. I think I basically work up to sets of using 120 kilograms, which is in pounds. I think it's probably, I should be able to do this in my head, but 280, 300 pounds, something like that. Um, yeah, the Americans can have a go at me if I haven't got that right. But yeah, so that's kind of the way I'm approaching it at the moment. Back days tend to be just a variety of pulling exercises. Can be just whatever I'm feeling like. But at the moment, I like to start with a really heavy compound exercise. So that'll be something like a big, bent over T-bar row, or barbell row. Something pretty draining, and I keep it kind of low rep, 6 to 8, sometimes lower than that. I usually don't go below 3 reps on an exercise, but I do enjoy that kind of powerlifting aspect to it. And my push days uh, vary between a shoulder-based and a chest-based workout. So one week I'll do a chest-based workout starting with dumbbell presses, um, and then from there I'll usually add a cable fly, an incline press, and maybe cable crossovers, or a machine press, followed by triceps. So it just I just sort of choose my secondary exercises depending on what I feel like doing, and also what's available in the gym. But as long as I get my initial compound lift out of the way, that's the main thing. Um, and shoulder day, overhead press, that's the key exercise. So basically, I judge my overall progress by how those big compound lifts are progressing. I like to always improve on accessory work, but if I have a day where I add, an extra couple of reps or an extra few kilos to um, my main lift, I count that as a success, even if my compound lifts didn't progress. Um, and that's basically it for training. I just try and add reps where I can, add a little bit of weight every now and then, and just keep on plugging away. Just make sure I keep rocking up to the gym, keep adding either volume or weight, and that's the way I approach that. So um, for these squats, I think I'm not sure what I'm about to do here. It's interesting to see yourself on video. So the main things I'm looking for when I film is just depth, really, because it's tempting to add weight to feel like you're progressing, but if your form suffers at the expense of additional weight, you haven't really progressed. You need to master a weight with the right form, and sometimes you need to break technique to increase the weight, but that should be temporary. It should be maybe your first couple of attempts at a new weight, your technique's not quite there, but in the end you should be striving to do things properly for, one, to prevent injuries, but secondly, you want to genuinely have got a PR. I could probably, say we're doing a bicep curl and you're curling 30 kilograms or 60 odd pounds. If you, say, wanted to do 40 kilograms, you could, but you could throw your back into it and do all kinds of things. You're not any stronger than you were when you were doing the 30 kilograms. You've just sacrificed form to do it. So you kind of need to regulate yourself and just be honest with you just kind of need to set a minimum standard for form. Um, and I think, as long as you don't train with ego, as long as you're just happy to accept whatever stage of strength or endurance or whatever it is, just be happy with where you are, then you won't feel the need to cheat to improve. Don't know if I've gone over macros yet. I'm currently eating 410 grams of carbs, 80 grams of fat, and 210 grams of protein. Along with that, I aim for a fiber intake of between 25 and 35 grams, and 2 servings of fruit and 2 servings of vegetables every day. So I follow IIFYM. I prefer to call it flexible dieting because people seem to have a very confused idea about what IIFYM is actually meant to be. So I basically say flexible dieting. So I'm on about 3,240 calories, which is, I think it's probably about maintenance. I haven't really been dramatically increasing my calories because I seem to still be making strength gains, and I don't want to blow my body fat percentage too high. I want to have a pretty short, easy diet, and yeah, I don't think you need to get yourself looking fat or whatever to be making progress. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. So interesting here. I actually was doing some sumo deadlifts here. This is the first time I've ever done sumo deadlifts. I always do conventional, and I've actually got some footage that I want to put up to show you. But bear in mind, doing these deadlifts, I'd already done 10 sets of squats. I did 5 sets of walking dumbbell lunges. I did machine hamstring curls. I did calf raises. So I was pretty fried. My legs were shaking between sets, but I worked up to, I believe, a 5x5 of using 140 kilos, so about 300 pounds. Not that heavy. Certainly capable of more, but I think given that it was my last exercise of the day, I was pretty happy. Yeah, this guy's such a nice guy. He actually came up and tightened the weights for me. There's some really cool people at the gym that I've met. So yeah, I always chat to that guy, and he actually came up and helped me out. He lets me use his belt when I was waiting for mine. Always just happy to have a talk. He kind of was one of those people that knows everyone in the gym. Everyone gets on with him, and yeah, it's nice to actually have people like that. It's a good kind of community. So yeah, my technique isn't great here. You can see my back's rounding at the bottom. You can see I'm letting my shoulders kind of get pulled down on the initial part of the movement, which is an issue I have on my conventional deadlifts as well. But overall, I mean, considering how tired I was and that it's my first time doing them, I'm not too worried about it. The bar path is pretty much straight up and down. Yeah, this guy's giving me a bit of like motivation as well. I was actually going to finish this, stop at this rep here, and he said one more, and I kind of was like, oh shit, okay. Yeah, I was pretty happy. Like, definitely not an expert or anything on sumo deadlifts. I'm not an expert on anything in the gym, but I mean, yeah, not too bad. So I think this is still 140. So this is basically three plates aside. I'm trying to just keep it controlled and not slam the weight down. Like, yeah, not too bad. Yeah, a little bit of a grind there, but. So thanks, guys. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you found it helpful. Again, if you like the video, just leave a comment, like it. Let me know if there's any videos that you want to see, any questions that you have. I hope that over time, you following this channel will get to see a good story, a good transformation, good progression, and learn some things. And I hope I get to learn some things from those of you that will interact with me as well. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.